Hello. Now this is going to be a little bit of a long announcement since it's been so long since I've talked to you. So please just relax, take some notes. And first thing I want to tell you is that you don't have to respond. You don't have to send me an email or post some kind of comment on the video that you saw this. You don't have to do that anymore. I still get a few students sending me posting a comment that they saw the video. Now you can leave a comment if you don't understand everything I say in this video, but that's it. Okay, first thing, I've got all the grading caught up as you noticed, except for the revision checklist. We're working on that, and now I've got some new assignments. There is a little method to my madness giving you that essay about the excuses, the dog that ate my disc. And I'm not just trying to get everybody's excuse out there, but that type of essay is what's called a classification essay, where she classifies different types of excuses. So you have some new assignments coming up, and one of them is to read in our textbook about what a classification essay is. And you have an assignment to now write your first classification essay. In the back, specific one, you'll see it on the assignment, so look for that shortly. You'll also have a discussion where you post an essay, and you'll also have something in my comp lab to do. You can go in there now, and I've got some pretty good instructions under the assignment how to do that. So you've got video and audio on commas, and then some exercise to do about commas. So those are in my comp lab. Now, one thing about my comp lab that's great, that I love about having this, and you should love too, that's why you paid a little extra to get the my comp lab package if you didn't have it in your original book. It's because you have the ability now to send, I believe, 10 papers to them to be reviewed by their tutor. It's called Smart Thinking. It's a service that I use at another college, and they charge their students for that too. But it's great. They're very detailed. In fact, I almost started to work for them years ago because they were looking for people to be tutors to review students' papers. But they didn't pay enough money, and it was wanting too much of my time because it was too thorough. But they're very good. So this time when you finish your essay, your classification essay, you're going to send me a copy of your first draft. You're also going to post a copy of it as an attachment in the discussion area so your fellow classmates can look at it and make comments. But then you're also going to send it to the net tutor and have them review it. And I've got some pretty detailed instructions there on how you do that. The key thing, be sure to read those carefully, because the key thing about the net tutor is they're very quick turnaround. Sometimes it can be less than 24 hours. Sometimes it might take 48. It depends upon the time of the year. At the end of the semester, a lot of students are doing it, so they're a little slower. They don't work on the weekends, so from Friday night to Saturday night, they don't do any reviewing. So if you set it on Friday, you're not going to get it to like Sunday night or maybe Monday. But when you do get that notification it's there and you look at what they've written, be sure that you copy and paste that into a Word document and send me that copy. That's part of your assignment, to send me what the net tutor said, because it's very detailed. I gave you some instruction on a Word document with some graphics, but there's also like a video that you can click on and watch to see the whole process. And it's more or less, the computer takes control. It goes step by step how to submit your essay to the net tutor. It even shows you what the essay looks like when it comes back and gives you a sample of it. It's like 5 pages long. So it's very slow though. So when you do start that video, if you do watch it on how to use the net tutor in my comp lab, just sit back and wait, because it'll start off blank screen and then it'll start doing it. So I've got a pretty fast computer and it still takes a little while for it to run. So you got that option. So you've got 3 new assignments coming up. One is to read the chapters. I've also, in that classification chapter, I think it's chapter 13. You also have some pages to read back in the handbook about commas, since that's what you're doing up in my comp lab as well. You have the my comp lab assignment to do that. And then you have the essay that you write, post in a discussion, submit it to the tutor, get their comments back. Once they get the comments back, and you read what your classmates say about your essay, you're going to revise it, do your second draft, and post that. Don't go all panicky now. You've got The essay is not, the first draft of the essay is not due till Monday, the 28th. So you've got 5 days there to get that done. And my comp lab assignment starts next week as well. First thing I want you to do, be sure to listen to the audio version lesson there and then do the assignments. So you've got plenty of time. Because the only thing I started you off this week with was the discussion about the excuses. Now a little bit about what's been going on. We're going into our 4th week. Just to give an example why it started off kind of slow and now we're building up speed. We started off with each class, I've got 2. Started out with 24 students. Now I've got 19 left in one and 17 left in another. And I have a feeling I have 2 or 3 more that might be leaving us because they haven't been in as usual. One reason why I gave you that quiz, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up too. Apologize for that little confusion on question number 4. And it was interesting because I would say a little over half the class got that correct, but the other class didn't. So it was split a little bit 50-50 about who understand what I was trying to say about which thing was on the course objectives and which item was on the critical skills list. They weren't worded the same, but they meant the same thing. And speaking of the quiz, there's still about 5 people from both classes, maybe more, who haven't taken the quiz yet. I'm going to give you a couple more days. Today is Wednesday. And if you don't take it, I'm just going to take the quiz away and just give you a 0 for it. And remember, I think one of the other purposes of that quiz was for you to see how quick, how well you read some of the information. And I think some people might have been shocked about some of the things that was on my syllabus. And one of the key things, if you ever have 2 or more assignments late at the same time, I can drop you from the class. So be aware of that. Be aware of the deadlines. Be aware of what's due. That's one reason why I gave you that confirmation contract / assignment email to send me, that you understood what was expected of you in this class. And that's why I had that in that. Have you do that? Because according to WCTC, if you say that in an email and it's sent by the WCTC email, then that's a binding, that's your legal signature when you use your email address. And since it's now on the WCTC server, it's always there. So be aware of that and just take your time. If you have questions, let me know. And like I said earlier, you don't have to respond back to this, but I will leave you with a little extra credit. One thing in your reading is, you read in chapter 2 was about your thesis statement. We're going to talk about that a lot as the semester goes on. So you're going to be sure when you do your essay, you're doing a 500-word essay, you have a good thesis, so forth. You'll see that in the assignment. But my extra credit is, what is the thesis in the Dog Ate My Disc essay about the excuses? What is her thesis statement? What is her main point of her essay? And it's in there in the essays, an actual sentence or 2. As you'll read, a thesis could be 1 or 2 sentences. So send that to me, and I'll give you 48 hours to send that to me in an email for you to get the extra credit. I think that's about it for now on. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you later.